Hey everyone, welcome to the Octagon Channel. We're going to bring you all the latest and greatest news from the fight world, and we can't wait to get started. Manel Kape wants his shot at gold. The dynamic striker and perennial flyweight contender is gunning for a chance to become champion in 2025 after running through Asu Almabayev in impressive fashion to cap off the UFC Vegas 103 main event. It was another stunning performance from Kape as he blitzed Almayev with strikes, eventually forcing the Kazakh native to sprint across the cage to get away from him, and that gave referee Mike Beltran no choice but to stop the fight, with the end coming at 2:16 in the third round. The win moves Kape to 6-1 in his past 7 fights, with hopes that...
Guys, I'm just saying, who's next? Who's next against me? They're gonna deny again my title shot? Hey, Hunter, you know I'm the best. I just stopped a guy with 17 win streaks. Huh? Everybody was scared to fight him. You guys really thought that I'm scared to fight him because he's a wrestler? I can wrestle, I can stand with anyone in this division. I'm the best. I'm the star boy. And pay attention, Pantoja, Kaikara friends, whatever you is next to fight against me, be ready. Because I'm gonna steal that belt like I stole a candies in my daughter.
It's a second consecutive TKO win for Kape, and it's going to be awfully hard not to put him in a position to fight for a title next as he continues to put on dazzling performances. Rumors have been swirling that reigning flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja is expected to face Kai Kara-France next, and if that happens, Kape may be the unwelcome reward awaiting the winner. Check out how pros reacted to Kape's dominance and main event finish. Sam Patterson got the main card of UFC Vegas 103 underway with a stunner of a result, finishing the previously unbeaten Danny Barlow in the opening round of their bout. About 3 minutes into the fight, Patterson caught Barlow coming in with a flurry, stunning left-hand God with a right hand. The Brit caused Barlow to stumble again seconds later before putting him out against the cage with one more right hand to the face. According to TSN's Aaron Braunstetter, a Patterson victory via KO/TKO came in at plus 1,000 odds right before fight time. Patterson has now won 3 straight and 9 of his last 10, having scored first-round finishes against Kiefer Crosby and Johan Lines last year. Here are the results of the UFC Vegas 103 tournament as it happened. A noteworthy UFC name has already volunteered to be a part of a potential relationship between the MMA organization and the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, with Michael Chandler raising his hand. New FBI Director Kash Patel reportedly said during a teleconference on Wednesday, February the 26th, that he is looking into expanding the agency's usage of martial arts training. Reports have circulated that the FBI has been in discussions with the UFC on the development of programs for agents. With this new out, Michael Chandler has volunteered to be a part of developing such a program and working with these agents. "Put me in, coach," Chandler wrote on X. The development of a relationship between the U.S. government agency and the UFC would correlate alongside the friendship between U.S. President Donald Trump and UFC CEO Dana White. White has openly discussed how Trump's venue helped pave a road to success for the UFC as Zuffa took the organization from the brink of folding to the worldwide juggernaut it is today. White has since repaid the favor as Trump's friend and one of his biggest supporters in his time in American politics. Tony Ferguson is preparing to compete for the first time in 14 years under a banner other than the UFC. Last month, Ferguson inked a deal with the newly launched MMA promotion, Global Fight League, GFL, after parting ways with the UFC. His departure came on the heels of a historic 8-fight losing streak that spanned over 4 years. On Friday, the GFL, which will feature a unique team-based format, announced that El Cucuy will represent Team Los Angeles, led by UFC Hall of Famer Wanderlei Silva, in an upcoming lightweight showdown against the polarizing Dylan Dennis of Team New York. However, key details such as the fight date, venue, and other specifics have yet to be revealed. Ferguson last stepped into the octagon at UFC Abu Dhabi last August, where he suffered a first-round submission loss to welterweight veteran Michael Chiesa. Gervonte "Tank" Davis ended his night with the first blemish on his record after going to a majority draw following a stunning performance by Roach, but he could have just as easily walked away with a loss. The controversy unraveled in the 9th round when Davis voluntarily took a knee before effectively calling a timeout to allow his corner to use a towel to wipe his eyes. The referee actually started a mandatory 10 count, but then waved it off after realizing that Davis was wiping something out of his eyes. Still by rule, Davis taking the knee should have counted, but because the referee didn't score it as a knockdown, that ultimately made the difference between a draw and a huge upset win for Roach. During the 12-round fight, Roach outpunched Davis in numerous exchanges, while arguably landing the more effective shots. The final scorecards tallied were 115 to 113 for Davis, and the other two judges gave identical 114 to 114 scores, which results in the majority draw. If Davis lost a point in the 9th with a scored knockdown, he would have fallen by split decision, but instead he still leaves undefeated. The final bell sounded. There was a palpable feeling that Davis may have just tasted defeat for the first time in his career. Instead, Davis escaped with a majority draw thanks to the referee's decision not to count the voluntary knee as a knockdown, with that moment looming large over the result. At worst, Roach should earn a rematch, but perhaps at best he might file a grievance with the commission following an epic night that probably should have ended with his hand raised in victory.